Welcome to our summary of The Christmas Orphans Club by Becca Freeman, a heartwarming holiday story that celebrates the true meaning of friendship, love, and chosen family. Published in 2023, this modern Christmas classic takes us on a journey of connection, traditions, and the magic of togetherness during the most wonderful time of the year. Stay with us as we unwrap this festive tale's beautiful themes and unforgettable moments. Introduction. Meet the Orphans. The story begins with a vibrant and festive backdrop, introducing a group of close-knit friends who call themselves the Christmas Orphans Club. These individuals, each with unique backgrounds and personal histories, have come together over the years to create a family of their own. The group was born out of necessity and the shared feeling of being away from traditional family connections during the holiday season. They built a tradition that provided warmth, love, and a sense of belonging. During a time often associated with togetherness, the friendships and bonds that transcend traditional familial ties are at the heart of the club. Each member brings their quirks, traditions, and struggles to the group, weaving a tapestry of diverse experiences and personalities. Despite their differences, the shared goal of celebrating Christmas meaningfully unites them. Their gatherings are filled with laughter, heartfelt moments, and an unspoken understanding of the challenges that brought them to one another. The Christmas Orphans Club serves as a sanctuary for those who feel disconnected from the stereotypical holiday norms. These individuals have found solace in their chosen family, whether due to strained family relationships, physical distance, or personal preferences. The club embodies the idea that family isn't solely defined by blood, but by the connections and care that people show one another. The introduction vividly depicts the warmth and joy surrounding the group's gatherings. Their celebrations are rich with traditions that blend each member's contributions, from signature dishes to quirky holiday games. These elements reflect the members' personalities and highlight the club's inclusivity and creativity. The gatherings celebrate individuality and togetherness, creating memories that sustain them throughout the year. The introduction also hints at underlying struggles amidst the festivities. Each member carries personal challenges, unresolved tensions, and unspoken stories. These complexities add depth to the narrative, showing that life's difficulties persist even in moments of joy. The Christmas Orphans Club becomes a place where these struggles can be shared or temporarily set aside in the season's spirit. The introduction sets the tone for the rest of the book, balancing lighthearted moments with emotional depth. It establishes the idea that traditions and relationships hold the power to transform loneliness into connection and turn individual struggles into collective resilience. Through their shared experiences, the members of the Christmas Orphans Club redefine what it means to belong and find comfort in their chosen family. As the story unfolds, the origins of the Christmas Orphans Club take center stage. The next chapter delves into how this unique tradition began, exploring the moments and decisions that brought these individuals together and shaped their holiday celebrations. Chapter 1. The tradition begins. Origins of the Christmas Orphans Club. The story of the Christmas Orphans Club begins with a simple yet profound idea. No one should feel alone during the holiday season. It is a time traditionally reserved for family, warmth, and togetherness. Yet, for many people, Christmas serves as a reminder of absence, of loved ones lost, relationships fractured, or connections too far away to reach. The Christmas Orphans Club emerges as an answer to that absence, providing a new kind of family for those who need it most. What started as a casual gathering of friends one December became a tradition that would transform lives for years. The first gathering was not planned with grandeur or ambition. It began as a conversation among a few acquaintances, united by the shared realization that they had no family plans for Christmas. David, a young professional who had moved across the country for his dream job, was among the first to suggest doing something together. "Why not make Christmas our own?" he had said during a coffee shop chat with Sarah, a friend he had met through work. Sarah, still reeling from a recent breakup, leaped at the idea. The thought of spending Christmas alone in her quiet apartment felt unbearable for her. Word of their plans spread quickly through their small social circle. Emma, a fiercely independent woman with a dry wit and a heart softened by years of estrangement from her family, overheard the conversation and offered to bring her favorite dessert. "I'll make tiramisu," she said with a rare smile. No one ever complains about dessert. With a growing group of eager participants, the decision was to hold a potluck dinner on Christmas Eve. In the days leading up to the event, the group chatted excitedly about what they would bring. Everyone wanted to contribute something special, and their choices reflected their personalities and histories. David decided on a hearty casserole, a recipe passed down from his grandmother, whom he hadn't seen since his move. Sarah's choice was more symbolic. She baked cookies shaped like stars, a tradition she had shared with her ex-partner, determined to reclaim the activity for herself. Emma kept her promise of tiramisu, but added a bottle of mulled wine, joking that a little cheer never hurt anyone. The evening arrived with little fanfare, but plenty of anticipation. David offered to host in his modest one-bedroom apartment, which he hastily decorated with fairy lights and a small tree he'd picked up from a local market. The tree leaned slightly to one side, but no one seemed to mind. Mismatched chairs surrounded his dining table, which was covered with a red and green checkered tablecloth he'd borrowed from a neighbor. It wasn't picture perfect, but it radiated warmth and effort, qualities that mirrored the spirit of the gathering. When the group began to arrive, there was an air of nervous excitement. Some were meeting for the first time, but the awkwardness melted away as they shared stories about the food they had brought. The dishes were as varied as the people themselves. A creamy pasta dish from a chef in training, a colorful salad from an artist who believed in eating the rainbow, and even a plate of fried chicken from a musician who confessed, "I can't cook, but I know where to buy the good stuff." The conversations were equally diverse, ranging from lighthearted banter about favorite Christmas movies to deeper discussions about what had brought them to this unconventional celebration. Emma shared a story about her childhood Christmases, which were filled with tension and unmet expectations. "We had all the decorations and traditions, but it never felt right," she said, swirling her mulled wine. "This feels more like home than any of that ever did." Her words struck a chord with the others, who nodded in agreement. Laughter filled the room as they played impromptu games, including a trivia contest about Christmas songs. David, who prided himself on his knowledge of holiday music, was stumped when asked to name the year Jingle Bell Rock was released. "It's harder than it sounds," he protested, sparking more laughter. Meanwhile, Sarah taught the group a game she had played with her siblings as a child, a simple but competitive gift-swapping match that became an instant hit. One of the most touching moments of the evening came when they exchanged small, thoughtful gifts. Though they had agreed on a low budget, the care and creativity behind each gift were evident. Emma received a set of sketch pads from the artist, who had noticed her doodling on a napkin earlier. Sarah was given a cookbook by the musician, who wrote in the inscription, "For when cookies aren't enough." The exchanges highlighted the growing connections within the group, transforming them from acquaintances to something closer to family. As the night wore on, the group lingered long after the last bites of dessert had been eaten. The conversation shifted to their hopes and fears for the coming year, a reflective and vulnerable moment that brought them closer. "I've always hated New Year's resolutions," David admitted. "But maybe this year, I'll resolve to keep this going, our Christmas tradition." His words were met with cheers and agreement. Then the idea of making this an annual event indeed took root. What stood out most about that first Christmas wasn't the food or the games, but the profound sense of belonging it created. For some, like Emma, It was the first time they had felt genuinely accepted during the holidays. For others, like Sarah, it was a chance to reclaim a season that had become painful. The Christmas Orphans Club offered something that no traditional celebration could: a space free of expectations, filled with warmth, understanding, and the shared intention to create something beautiful. By the end of the evening, plans for the next gathering were already forming. They agreed to rotate hosting duties, with Emma volunteering her apartment for the following year. There was talk of adding themes, like a tacky sweater competition or an international potluck, to celebrate diverse traditions. Some suggested inviting others who might be spending Christmas alone, expanding the group and its mission of inclusion. The possibilities felt endless, and the excitement was palpable. The chapter concludes by reflecting on how this seemingly simple gathering became a turning point for everyone involved. It wasn't just about filling the void of a lonely Christmas, but about creating something new and meaningful. The Christmas Orphans Club symbolized resilience and a testament to the idea that family can be chosen. The group's decision to come together, embrace their differences, and celebrate without pretense laid the foundation for a tradition that would grow stronger with each passing year. As the tradition evolves, the bonds between the members deepen, and new faces join the Christmas Orphans Club. The next chapter delves into the stories of these connections, exploring how the group becomes a chosen family that navigates life's triumphs and challenges together. Chapter 2: Found Families, Building Connection. The second chapter delves deeper into the heart of the Christmas Orphans Club, exploring how it transitioned from a casual gathering into a chosen family. As the years passed, the members grew closer, solidifying bonds that transcended the holiday season. The group evolved into a supportive community, providing comfort and strength in ways they had never expected. This chapter is a testament to the power of shared traditions and the relationships that blossom when people are united by mutual care and understanding. Each member of the Christmas Orphans Club brought their unique personality, experiences, and struggles to the table, creating a dynamic group that complemented one another. David, ever the planner, became the unofficial organizer of the gatherings. His love for structure and enthusiasm for creating memorable experiences were infectious, inspiring others to contribute meaningfully. With her sharp wit and artistic flair, Emma took charge of decorating and curating the aesthetic of their celebrations, transforming simple spaces into magical havens. Sarah, the sentimental one, introduced rituals that added depth to their gatherings, such as a gratitude circle where everyone shared what they were thankful for that year. The group expanded over time, welcoming new members who, like the originals, needed a place to belong. One year, David invited his coworker Priya, a transplant from India who had never celebrated Christmas. Priya brought a vibrant curiosity and a plate of spiced samosas that quickly became a favorite among the group. Another year, Sarah brought her neighbor Marcus, a widower whose children lived out of state. Marcus's deep voice and knack for storytelling added richness to the group's conversations, making him an integral part of their dynamic. As the group grew, so did their sense of responsibility toward one another. The Christmas Orphans Club wasn't just about celebrating a single day. It became a year-round source of support and connection. When Emma was laid off from her job, the group rallied around her, helping her update her portfolio and even pooling resources to cover some of her expenses. When Marcus had surgery, Priya and Sarah took turns bringing him meals and keeping him company during recovery. These moments of mutual aid cemented their bond, proving that family isn't just who you're born into, but who shows up for you when it matters most. Traditions began to evolve, reflecting the group's growth and shared history. Each year they added a new element to their celebrations, building a legacy that felt uniquely theirs. One Christmas, inspired by Priya's cultural background, they incorporated a diya lighting ceremony to symbolize hope and renewal. Another year, Emma introduced a collaborative art project where each member painted or wrote something meaningful on a canvas, creating a colorful mosaic of their shared experiences. These traditions weren't just fun activities, but expressions of the group's identity and journey together. The chapter also highlights the challenges of navigating a chosen family. With so many different personalities and backgrounds, conflicts occasionally arose. There were disagreements over hosting duties, misunderstandings about traditions, and even moments of jealousy when new members joined the group. For example, when Priya suggested a more structured approach to their gatherings, Emma felt it clashed with their traditions' casual, organic nature. Resolving these conflicts took open communication and a willingness to compromise, strengthening their bond. One of the most poignant moments in the chapter occurs during a tough year for Marcus. He confided in the group that his estranged daughter had rejected his attempts to reconnect, leaving him feeling more isolated than ever. The group responded with an outpouring of love and support, reminding him he was valued and cherished in their chosen family. That Christmas, they dedicated their gathering to the theme of reconciliation, encouraging everyone to reflect on the relationships in their lives and the importance of forgiveness. Amid the challenges, the Christmas Orphans Club thrived because of their shared commitment to one another. They learned to embrace imperfection, understanding that the beauty of their gatherings lay in their authenticity. Whether it was a burnt dish, a mismatched set of decorations, or a last-minute change of plans, these imperfections became part of their story, adding depth and character to their celebrations. The group's ability to adapt and find joy in the unexpected reflected the resilience they had developed together. The chapter also explores the role of vulnerability in deepening their connections. Over time, the group created a safe space to share their fears, hopes, and dreams without judgment. Priya opened up about her struggles with homesickness, sharing how the group had become her surrogate family in a foreign land. Emma talked about the challenges of freelancing, often feeling isolated and undervalued in her professional life. These conversations fostered empathy and understanding, reminding everyone of the shared humanity that united them. Another significant theme in this chapter is the idea of legacy. The group began to see their gatherings as more than just an annual tradition. They were creating something lasting that would outlive any of them. Reflecting on his life experiences, Marcus articulated this sentiment during one Christmas dinner. We're not just making memories for ourselves. We're building something bigger, a family that shows what love and connection can look like, even when it doesn't come from where you expect it. The group's collective resilience was tested when David faced a health scare one year, forcing him to step back from his usual role as organizer. This challenge brought out the best in the group, as everyone pitched in to ensure the tradition continued seamlessly. Sarah coordinated logistics, Priya handled the menu, and Emma created a handmade centerpiece that became the focal point of their celebration. This moment of crisis highlighted their growth as a chosen family, proving that their bond was strong enough to weather any storm. By the end of the chapter, the Christmas Orphans Club had become more than just a group of friends. It was a living, breathing testament to the power of found families. Their gatherings were no longer just about celebrating Christmas. They were about celebrating each other and the resilience that had brought them together. The chapter closes with a poignant scene of the group raising a toast to family, a word that now carries a deeper, more inclusive meaning for all of them. As the group's bond deepens, the story explores how new members bring fresh perspectives and challenges. The next chapter delves into the dynamics of welcoming unexpected guests and how the group learns to expand its definition of family without losing its core identity. Chapter 3: Unexpected Guests Welcoming Newcomers. As the Christmas Orphans Club grew in popularity, its doors opened to new faces, each bringing unique stories, perspectives, and challenges. Welcoming newcomers enriched the tradition, tested the group's dynamics, and highlighted the complexities of blending personalities and expectations within a chosen family. The chapter focuses on how the group navigated expanding its circle while maintaining the intimacy and trust that made their gathering special. Each new member was invited for a reason, sometimes through personal connections, other times by happenstance. One year, David asked his neighbor Lily, a single mother who had recently moved into the building with her 5-year-old son, Max. Having heard about the club, Lily initially hesitated, fearing she and her son might not fit in. However, David's warmth and insistence won her over. Max's excitement brought a new energy to the gathering that Christmas. His joy as he unwrapped a small toy car gifted by Emma reminded the group of the magic of the holiday season through a child's eyes. Max became a beloved part of the tradition, with the group taking turns creating kid-friendly activities to keep him engaged. Not every new addition was met with such ease. The arrival of Victor, a friend of Priya's, created some initial tension. Victor, a charismatic but outspoken lawyer, had a strong personality that occasionally clashed with the quieter members of the group. During one heated discussion about holiday traditions, Victor unintentionally offended Emma by dismissing her creative ideas as impractical. The conflict was a turning point for the group, forcing them to address how they handled disagreements. Through open and honest conversation, they found a way to embrace their differences. Victor eventually became a valued member who added depth to their discussions with his sharp wit and worldly insights. The group also learned that welcoming newcomers required sensitivity and adaptability. Each person brought their own holiday experiences, or lack thereof, which shaped their expectations. For instance, Elena, a recent immigrant from Eastern Europe, had never celebrated Christmas like the group. She shared stories of winter traditions from her homeland, such as preparing elaborate pastries and lighting candles in memory of loved ones. Her contributions added a new layer of cultural richness to the gatherings, inspiring the group to incorporate some of her customs into their celebrations. Over time, the group developed unspoken rules for integrating newcomers. They ensured that everyone felt included and valued, often assigning minor roles or responsibilities to help new members feel like active participants. For example, newcomers might be asked to bring a dish or suggest a game, giving them a sense of ownership in the event. The group also shared the origin story of the Christmas Orphans Club, emphasizing the importance of community and mutual support. This practice helped set the tone for what the club represented and eased the transition for new people. The chapter highlights the challenges of balancing growth with maintaining the club's core identity. Some long-standing members worried that the influx of new people might dilute the intimacy of the gatherings. Sarah, in particular, expressed concerns that the group was losing its close-knit feel. Her fears came to a head during a Christmas dinner that felt exceptionally crowded, with conversations fragmented and the usual sense of connection harder to find. In response, David proposed a solution, dedicating part of the evening to more minor, more focused activities, such as group storytelling or team games, to ensure everyone could connect meaningfully. The adjustment preserved the group's essence while accommodating its growing numbers. One of the most poignant stories in the chapter involves Marcus, who invited his estranged brother Peter to join the club after years of not speaking. Marcus's decision was met with mixed reactions from the group, as some worried about how Peter's presence might affect the dynamic. However, Marcus's openness and vulnerability in sharing his reasons for inviting Peter moved everyone. That Christmas, the group witnessed a tentative but heartfelt reconciliation between the brothers, a reminder of the healing power of the holiday season and the importance of giving people second chances. As the group welcomed more members, they also encountered moments of joy and humor that became cherished memories. One year, a newcomer named Sophia accidentally brought a dessert containing ingredients she didn't realize some members were allergic to. The group handled the situation gracefully, laughing about it afterward and dubbing Sophia the queen of unintentional surprises. These lighthearted moments reminded everyone of the importance of embracing imperfections and finding humor in the unexpected. The chapter also explores the emotional complexities of being part of a growing chosen family. For some members, like Priya, the expanding group celebrated their collective impact, bringing new perspectives and stories. For others, like Emma, it sometimes felt like losing the intimate connection they had built over the years. These conflicting emotions were a natural part of the club's evolution, and the group learned to navigate them with understanding and empathy. Amid the changes, the Christmas Orphans Club remained a haven for those who needed it most. The group's willingness to embrace new members without judgment or pretense reinforced its core values of inclusion and support. For many newcomers, joining the club was life-changing. Lily, for example, reflected on how the group had become a source of strength and joy for her and Max. "You've given us more than a Christmas tradition," she told them. "You've given us a family." The chapter closes with the group reflecting on the importance of keeping their tradition alive, even as it evolved. They recognized that growth and change were inevitable, but what mattered most was the spirit of the club, the love, acceptance, and shared purpose that brought them together. The Christmas Orphans Club wasn't just about celebrating one day of the year and creating a community where everyone felt they belonged. As the Christmas Orphans Club grows, it faces new challenges and revelations. The next chapter delves into the obstacles the group encounters, testing their resilience and highlighting the strength of their chosen family. Chapter 4. The holiday season has always been a time of joy and reflection, but it also became a season of reckoning for the Christmas Orphans Club. As the group expanded and grew closer over the years, they began to face challenges that tested their trust, understanding, and ability to navigate complexities within their chosen family. While their bond was strong, the unique pressures of maintaining such a diverse and evolving tradition revealed cracks that it required careful attention and effort to mend. David, the group's steadfast organizer, was the first to feel the weight of their growth. For years, he had been responsible for planning every detail of their gatherings, from coordinating the menu to arranging seating and even organizing activities. While he loved the role, the expanding size and complexity of the club had begun to take its toll. By the time the next Christmas approached, David was overwhelmed and exhausted. His usual enthusiasm was replaced by quiet resentment, and he began to feel unappreciated despite the group's best intentions. When he finally voiced his feelings, it sparked an honest and necessary conversation among the members. The group rallied around David, recognizing the importance of equitably sharing responsibilities. Marcus, always a thoughtful presence, suggested dividing tasks so everyone could contribute meaningfully. Priya volunteered to handle the food planning, Sarah took charge of coordinating decorations, and Emma proposed taking on the role of creating a personalized activity for the evening. This redistribution lightened David's load and allowed each member to feel a greater sense of ownership in the tradition. It was a pivotal moment that reminded everyone of the importance of collective effort in sustaining something meaningful. While David's burnout was resolved with understanding and teamwork, the group faced another challenge as differences in expectations began to surface. As long-standing members like Emma and Sarah cherished the club's intimate origins, newer members brought fresh ideas that sometimes clashed with established traditions. One year, Priya suggested introducing a themed gift exchange with a higher budget, arguing that it could add excitement to their celebration. However, Emma expressed concerns about excluding those who might be unable to afford more expensive gifts. The discussion revealed deeper insecurities among some members, sparking an open dialogue about financial inclusivity and the importance of keeping the tradition accessible to everyone. Ultimately, they emphasized thoughtful and creative gifts over monetary value, reinforcing the club's ethos of compassion and consideration. Personal struggles within the group also added layers of complexity to their dynamic. Marcus, who had always been a pillar of strength and wisdom, began withdrawing after receiving difficult health news. His absence at planning meetings and smaller get-togethers was keenly felt, leaving the group worried about his well-being. Sarah and Priya took it upon themselves to visit Marcus regularly, bringing him meals and updates from the group. Their efforts to keep him connected underscored the club's more profound purpose, to be there for one another during celebrations and throughout life's challenges. Meanwhile, Emma, feeling increasingly disconnected from the evolving group dynamic, decided to take a break from the club for 1 year. Her absence was met with mixed emotions. Some understood her need for space, while others worried about what her departure signaled for the group's future. Over time, several members reached out to Emma, sharing how much they missed her creative touch and vibrant energy. When she returned the following year, she brought a renewed sense of purpose, contributing a handmade centerpiece that became the focal point of their celebration. Emma's journey highlighted the importance of personal boundaries and the need for each member to feel valued. External pressures also began to challenge the group's resilience. Priya, one of the club's most dedicated members, received a job offer in another city, forcing her to confront the reality of being physically distant from the people who had become her second family. Her announcement was bittersweet. While the group celebrated her success, they also grappled with the prospect of her absence. Priya's move led to a significant shift in how the club operated as they explored ways to keep her and other distant members involved. They introduced virtual elements to their gatherings, such as video calls and pre-recorded messages, ensuring everyone could stay connected regardless of location. Financial strain also tested the group's creativity and resilience. During years when some members faced job losses or unexpected expenses, the club adapted its approach to celebrations. Instead of elaborate meals and decorations, they embraced simplicity and resourcefulness. Potluck-style dinners became the norm, with each person contributing whatever they could. Activities shifted from extravagant games to meaningful projects, such as creating handmade ornaments or writing letters of gratitude to one another. These changes not only eased financial pressures, but also reinforced the values of humility and collaboration that had defined the club from the beginning. The group's ability to find joy in imperfections became a hallmark of their gatherings. In one particularly memorable year, Lily's son Max accidentally spilled a pitcher of mulled cider all over the dining table. Instead of reacting with frustration, the group burst into laughter, turning the mishap into a cherished story they would recount for years. Moments like these reminded everyone that the essence of their tradition lay not in perfection, but in the shared experiences and memories they created together. A deeper exploration of vulnerability and trust was at the heart of their challenges. Over time, the Christmas Orphans Club became a safe space where members could share their fears and struggles without fear of judgment. Priya opened up about her feelings of homesickness after moving away, expressing how much the club's continued involvement meant to her. Marcus shared the emotional toll of his health struggles, while Emma reflected on the complexities of balancing her creative ambitions with the practical demands of life. These conversations brought the group closer, reinforcing that their chosen family was a source of strength and healing. One of the most profound moments occurred when Lily confided in the group about her fears of raising Max without a traditional family structure. Her vulnerability prompted an outpouring of support, with each member reassuring her that she and Max were deeply loved and valued. That Christmas, they made Max the honorary Santa, giving him the responsibility of distributing gifts to everyone. His joy and Lily's gratitude reminded the group of their tradition's powerful impact on each other's lives. Despite their challenges, the Christmas Orphans Club remained a testament to the resilience of chosen families. Every obstacle became an opportunity for growth, and every conflict was a chance to deepen their understanding of one another. The group's commitment to showing up became the cornerstone of their bond, even when difficult. They learned to embrace the imperfections of their gatherings, finding beauty in the messy, unpredictable nature of life. As the celebration drew close, The group reflected on their journey together. Marcus raised a toast, his voice steady but filled with emotion. To the family we choose, and to the love that makes us stronger. Here's to showing up for each other and for ourselves. His words resonated deeply, encapsulating the Christmas Orphans Club's spirit and their shared journey. The bonds they built would carry them forward into the future, evolving each year. As the next season approached, the group faced new revelations and opportunities to grow, setting the stage for deeper connections and unexpected challenges. Chapter 5. Secrets and Revelations, Uncovering Hidden Truths. The bonds within the Christmas Orphans Club were built on trust and shared experiences, but no relationship is without its complexities. As the group grew closer, secrets and long-held personal struggles began to surface, testing the strength of their chosen family. These revelations deepened their understanding of one another and forced them to confront the challenges of vulnerability and acceptance. The ability to navigate these moments became a defining feature of their tradition, solidifying the group's resilience and unity. The first revelation came from Sarah, whose cheerful demeanor often masked her internal struggles. During a quiet moment at one of their gatherings, she shared her experience with imposter syndrome and the relentless pressure she felt to meet expectations in her professional life. Her admission surprised many, as Sarah had always been the one to uplift others with her positivity. The group responded with an outpouring of support, offering advice, encouragement, and a reminder that she was valued not for her achievements, but for the kindness and light she brought to their lives. Shortly after Sarah's confession, David opened up about a deeply personal struggle he had kept hidden for years. He revealed his difficulty maintaining relationships outside the group, admitting that he often felt isolated despite his active role in the club. This vulnerability sparked a broader conversation about the importance of balancing the support of a chosen family with nurturing connections in other areas of life. The group encouraged David to take small steps toward building relationships beyond their circle, reminding him that they would always be there as his foundation. Emma's revelation added another layer of depth to their shared experience. Known for her artistic talent and sharp wit, Emma admitted that she often felt like an outsider, even within the group. She feared that her contributions weren't enough and that her creative efforts might be considered frivolous. Her vulnerability prompted the group to reflect on the ways they could better express their appreciation for one another. They decided to incorporate a new tradition, a moment during each gathering where members would share what they valued most about each group member. This simple yet powerful gesture strengthened their bonds and reassured Emma of her place within their chosen family. The group's dynamics were further tested when Victor, one of the newer members, revealed a secret that caught everyone off guard. During a discussion about holiday traditions, Victor admitted that he had been estranged from his parents for years due to unresolved conflicts. His admission led to a heated debate about the complexities of forgiveness and the boundaries of reconciliation. While some members, like Marcus, argued for the importance of attempting to rebuild bridges, others, like Priya, emphasized the need to prioritize emotional well-being and self-preservation. The conversation was challenging, but ultimately brought the group closer as they realized that differing perspectives could coexist within their shared space. Marcus's ongoing health struggles became another focal point of the group's journey through vulnerability. As his condition worsened, he found it increasingly difficult to maintain his usual role as the wise and steady presence in the club. One evening, he tearfully shared his fear of becoming a burden, a sentiment that deeply moved the group. They reassured him that his presence, regardless of his physical limitations, was invaluable to them. In response, the group adjusted their gatherings, ensuring Marcus could participate comfortably. They also created a rotating schedule to visit him regularly, reinforcing their commitment to supporting one another beyond the confines of their holiday tradition. Lily's vulnerability, added yet another dimension to the group's shared narrative. One Christmas, she confided in the group about her struggles as a single mother and the guilt she often felt for not providing Max with a traditional family. Her honesty struck a chord with everyone, prompting a collective effort to create moments of joy and stability for Lily and Max. The group began to include activities specifically designed for children, such as crafting ornaments and storytelling sessions, ensuring that Max felt as much a part of the tradition as an adult. These efforts uplifted Lily and brought a renewed sense of purpose to the group's gatherings. While these personal revelations strengthened the group's bonds, they also highlighted the importance of creating a safe space for open dialogue. The group realized that trust and vulnerability required continuous effort, and that even the most substantial relationships needed nurturing. To foster deeper connections, they introduced new practices, such as smaller breakout discussions during their gatherings and occasional one-on-one check-ins throughout the year. These changes ensured that every member felt seen, heard, and valued. One of the most poignant moments of this period occurred when Priya, who had moved to another city, returned for a surprise visit during the holidays. Her absence had been deeply felt, and her unexpected arrival brought tears and laughter to the group. During the celebration, Priya shared how much the club's support had meant to her during her transition to a new city. She spoke about how their encouragement had given her the confidence to pursue new opportunities and build a sense of home in an unfamiliar place. Her words reminded everyone of the far-reaching impact of their chosen family and the importance of staying connected despite physical distance. External pressures, such as financial challenges and conflicting schedules, also tested the group's resilience. For example, several members faced significant financial strain one year, prompting the group to simplify their celebration without compromising its warmth and joy. They opted for a potluck-style meal, handmade decorations, and gifts of time and effort rather than material items. These adjustments reinforced the group's values of inclusivity and creativity, proving that their tradition could thrive even in difficult circumstances. As the holiday season progressed, the group began to see their gatherings not just as a celebration, but as a form of healing. Each revelation, each challenge, and each moment of support became a thread in the tapestry of their shared story. They realized that the beauty of their tradition lay not in its perfection, but in its ability to adapt and grow with it. The Christmas Orphans Club was more than a collection of people. It was a living, breathing testament to the power of a chosen family and the strength of facing life's complexities together. The group gathered for their customary toast as the evening drew to a close. This time, Lily raised her glass, her voice steady and full of gratitude. To the family we've created and the stories we continue to write, may we always find strength in each other and joy in the journey ahead. Her words encapsulated the spirit of the club, a reminder that their tradition was about more than just celebrating Christmas. It was about celebrating each other. The next gathering would bring new challenges and opportunities for growth as the group learned to navigate the evolving nature of their chosen family and the inevitable changes that life would bring. Together, they would continue to build a legacy of love, resilience, and connection. Chapter 6: The Perfect Christmas. Joy Amidst Imperfection. As the years passed, the Christmas Orphans Club reached a level of stability and warmth that made each gathering feel like a cherished ritual. However, this chapter focuses on how the group navigated the pursuit of creating the perfect Christmas. Striving to meet evolving expectations, the group faced the challenge of balancing nostalgia with new traditions while addressing the pressures of maintaining harmony in their chosen family. This journey demonstrated the beauty of imperfection and the realization that what made their gatherings special wasn't perfection, but the love and authenticity that bound them together. The desire for a perfect Christmas began as a collective goal. the group felt an unspoken pressure to make every gathering more memorable than the last. Priya, who had recently returned after her time in another city, suggested incorporating an elaborate holiday theme to make the event feel even more festive. This year's theme was a winter wonderland, complete with twinkling fairy lights, faux snow, and an intricate tablescape designed by Emma. Everyone eagerly contributed their ideas and talents, and the excitement was palpable as the preparations unfolded. Despite the best intentions, the pursuit of perfection introduced unforeseen tensions. David, who had taken on the role of logistics coordinator, struggled to manage the numerous moving parts of the evening. The stress of ensuring everything ran smoothly led to frustration, mainly when unforeseen issues arose, such as last-minute cancellations or missing decorations. At one point, David vented to Sarah about feeling like he was carrying too much of the burden again. Sarah reminded him of their earlier discussions about shared responsibilities and rallied the group to step in and support him, reinforcing their commitment to teamwork. As the evening approached, the group encountered a series of minor disasters that threatened to derail their plans. Marcus, tasked with bringing a key dish for dinner, accidentally burned it in the oven. Meanwhile, Lily and Max arrived late after being delayed by an unexpected snowstorm, leaving them flustered and apologetic. These hiccups initially caused stress, but as the group gathered around the table and began sharing stories and laughter, the imperfections faded into the background. Emma, with her usual wit, declared, "It wouldn't be a proper Christmas without at least one disaster." Her comment lightened the mood and reminded everyone of the joy in embracing the unexpected. The evening's highlight came when Max, now a confident preteen, volunteered to read a short story he had written about the group. His tale, filled with humor and heartfelt moments, captured the essence of the Christmas Orphans Club and left the group teary-eyed. It was a powerful reminder that the heart of their tradition lay in the connections they had built, not in the perfection of the evening's details. Max's story became a cherished memory, symbolizing the club's growth and evolution. Throughout the night, the group reflected on the balance between honoring old traditions and creating new ones. For many, the club had become a way to reclaim the holiday season, free from the expectations and pressures of their pasts. While they cherished their established rituals, they also recognized the importance of allowing their tradition to evolve organically. Priya suggested adding a wish tree to their gatherings, where each member could write down a hope or intention for the coming year. This simple addition brought a sense of renewal and purpose to the evening, blending seamlessly with their established customs. Pursuing the perfect Christmas also highlighted the importance of acknowledging and addressing unspoken tensions within the group. Victor, who had often struggled to find his place among the more established members, opened up about feeling like an outsider. His honesty prompted the group to reflect on creating a more inclusive atmosphere. They decided to introduce a Getting to Know You segment at each gathering, where members could share stories, talents, or experiences that revealed more about themselves. This practice deepened their understanding of one another and strengthened their bond. By the end of the evening, the group had learned an important lesson. The beauty of their tradition lay in its imperfections. The burnt dishes, delayed arrivals, and last-minute adjustments were all part of what made their gatherings unique. They realized that striving for perfection often obscured the true purpose of their club: to come together, support one another, and celebrate the joy of connection. Emma summed it perfectly when she said, "The perfect Christmas isn't about everything going right. It's about everything feeling right." As the evening wound down, the group gathered for their traditional toast. This year, Marcus raised his glass, his voice steady, but filled with emotion. "To the messes we make, the laughs we share, and the family we've chosen. Here's to imperfection, and the love that makes it beautiful." His words captured the essence of the night and left everyone with a renewed appreciation for their tradition. As they cleaned up and said their goodbyes, the group felt a deeper sense of connection and gratitude. The journey to embrace imperfection had brought them closer, reminding them of the values that had brought them together in the first place. Moving forward, they resolved to let go of the pressure to create a flawless event and instead focus on the moments that made their gatherings meaningful. The next gathering would bring new revelations and challenges as the group faced the bittersweet reality of change and the strength required to adapt to life's transitions. Together, they would continue to honor their tradition while embracing the unknown with open hearts. Chapter 7. Saying Goodbye, the Power of Togetherness. The Christmas Orphans Club had become more than just a holiday tradition. It was a lifeline for its members. This chosen family supported and celebrated one another through life's joys and challenges. But as the years passed, the reality of change began to settle in. Life's inevitable and bittersweet transitions brought both new opportunities and moments of parting. This chapter reflects on how the group faced those changes, proving that the strength of their bonds could endure even as their circumstances evolved. The first major shift came with Marcus, who had been the steady, grounding presence of the group since its early days. Over the years, his health had slowly declined, making it increasingly difficult for him to attend the gatherings he so deeply cherished. One December, Marcus gathered the group together to share a heartfelt announcement. He would be moving to a care facility closer to his children, a decision made after much deliberation. Though everyone knew this day would eventually come, hearing it directly from Marcus brought a wave of emotion. He spoke with gratitude about the joy and belonging the club had given him, calling it one of the most meaningful parts of his later years. The group was determined to make Marcus's final Christmas with them as special as possible. They decided to host the gathering at his home, transforming the space into a vibrant celebration of their years together. Emma took the lead in decorating, creating a warm, nostalgic atmosphere with handmade ornaments and twinkling lights. Sarah curated a photo album filled with memories from past gatherings, collecting notes from each member to accompany the pictures. On Christmas Eve, the group presented the album to Marcus, who was visibly moved. As he turned the pages, his voice wavered with emotion. "You've all given me something I thought I'd never have again. A family." The evening was filled with laughter, music, and storytelling. Max, now a teenager, played the guitar as the group sang along to their favorite Christmas songs. Priya, who had returned for the holidays, brought a dish inspired by Marcus's favorite flavors, adding her twist to it. Marcus, in turn, shared stories from his childhood, regaling the group with tales of simpler times and holiday traditions long past. It was a night steeped in love and gratitude, a fitting tribute to the man who had been such an integral part of their chosen family. The change wasn't limited to Marcus. Priya, who had recently settled back into the city, announced that she had accepted a position overseas. Her news was met with a mix of emotions: excitement for her new opportunity and sadness at the thought of her absence. The group, ever resourceful, brainstormed ways to keep her involved despite the distance. They decided to create a Christmas in a Box tradition, where they would send her a package each year filled with handwritten letters, photos, small tokens, and even a recording of their gathering. Priya's departure underscored the resilience of the club, showing that physical distance could never diminish the strength of their connection. Lily, too, faced a transition that brought both pride and heartache. Max, now preparing to leave for college, represented a chapter of her life coming to an end. For years, the club had been a vital part of Max's upbringing, offering him a sense of family and belonging that Lily worried she couldn't provide alone. This Christmas, Max surprised everyone by presenting a heartfelt speech. "You've been more than friends to my mom and me. You've been our family," he said, his voice steady with gratitude. His words were a poignant reminder of the impact the group had on one another, not just during the holidays, but throughout their lives. The evening also provided a chance for the group to reflect on their journeys and the role the club had played in shaping them. Victor, who had once struggled to find his place among the more established members, shared how the group had transformed his perspective on vulnerability and relationships. Emma spoke about rediscovering her creative passion through the encouragement and acceptance she had always received. David, the planner and organizer, reflected on how the group had taught him to embrace spontaneity and let go of his perfectionist tendencies. Each story reinforced the unique role the club had played in their personal growth. Amid the reflections and farewells, the group introduced a new tradition, a time capsule. Each member contributed a letter, photo, or small token that represented their journey with the club. The capsule would be sealed and opened 5 years later, serving as a testament to their shared history and the enduring nature of their bonds. This symbolic gesture was a way to honor their past while looking forward to the future, a reminder that their connection would persist no matter where life took them. The celebration was not without its bittersweet moments. The thought of Marcus leaving, Priya moving overseas, and Max stepping into adulthood was a reminder of the inevitability of change. Yet there was also a profound sense of gratitude for the time they had shared. The group realized that their strength lay not in resisting change, but in embracing it with open hearts and a commitment to staying connected. They resolved to carry the spirit of the Christmas Orphans Club into every new chapter of their lives, ensuring that their tradition continued to evolve and thrive. As the evening drew to a close, the group gathered for their traditional toast. This year, Marcus raised his glass, his voice steady and full of emotion. To the family we've built, the love we've shared, and the memories we'll carry with us wherever we go. Here's to change, growth, and the bonds that make us strong. His words captured the essence of the night, leaving everyone with a renewed appreciation for their journey together. The group lingered long after the celebration ended, reluctant to part ways. Hugs were a little tighter, laughter a little louder, and promises to stay connected a little more heartfelt. They knew that the Christmas Orphans Club was more than just a tradition. It was a testament to the resilience of the chosen family and the enduring power of love and connection. Moving forward, the group faced the challenge of navigating life beyond their annual gatherings, finding new ways to honor their bond while embracing the changes that lay ahead. Together, they resolved to celebrate not just the holidays, but the enduring joy of being a part of something so meaningful. As life continued to shift and evolve, the group began to explore what the future of the Christmas Orphans Club could look like. The next chapter focuses on how they embraced these changes, building a legacy that celebrated their journey and ensured the tradition's continued impact for years to come. Chapter 8: A Legacy of Love and Connection. The Christmas Orphans Club had become more than just an annual gathering. It was now a symbol of enduring love, resilience, and the power of a chosen family. With the group facing new chapters in their lives, the focus shifted to ensuring the club's legacy would continue to grow and flourish, even as the original members embarked on different journeys. This chapter reflects on how they transformed their tradition into a lasting source of inspiration and connection, ensuring its impact extended far beyond their own lives. After Marcus's departure to the care facility, the group found themselves reflecting on how much the club had changed over the years. They realized that while the core values of love and inclusivity had remained constant, the club itself had evolved to meet the needs of its members. This adaptability became the cornerstone of its legacy. As life pulled them in different directions, they sought ways to preserve the essence of their tradition while allowing it to grow in new and meaningful ways. One of the most significant steps they took was formalizing their gatherings into a more structured tradition that could be passed down to future generations. David proposed creating a Christmas Orphans Handbook, a guide that detailed the history, traditions, and values of the club. The handbook included recipes for their signature dishes, instructions for their favorite games, and anecdotes about memorable moments from past gatherings. It was a way to document their journey and ensure that anyone who joined in the future would understand the heart and soul of the club. Emma, ever the creative soul, suggested turning the handbook into a collaborative art project. Each member contributed illustrations, handwritten notes, and photographs, turning them into a living document that captured the spirit of the group. The handbook became a cherished artifact, not just for the original members, but for newcomers who would join the tradition in the years to come. It was a tangible reminder of the love and care that had gone into building their chosen family. Another step toward solidifying their legacy was the introduction of mentorship within the group. Long-standing members like Sarah and Victor began inviting younger friends or acquaintances who might benefit from the sense of community the club offered. They saw this as a way to pass on the lessons they had learned about vulnerability, connection, and the importance of supporting one another. These newcomers were welcomed with open arms, and their fresh perspectives breathed new life into the gatherings. Priya, now living overseas, played a significant role in expanding the club's reach. Inspired by the impact the group had on her life, she decided to start her version of the Christmas Orphans Club in her new city. With guidance from the handbook and support from the original members, she built a community that mirrored the values of the original club. She frequently shared updates with the group through video calls and letters, reinforcing the idea that their tradition could transcend borders and cultures. Max, now in college, also carried the legacy of the club into his new environment. During his first holiday season away from home, he organized a small gathering with fellow students who couldn't travel home for Christmas. Drawing on his experiences with the Christmas Orphans Club, he created a space where everyone felt welcome and valued. His efforts inspired the group, showing them that their tradition had the power to inspire others to create their own chosen families. Back at home, the original group continued to find ways to adapt their gatherings to reflect their evolving lives. With Marcus no longer able to attend in person, they made it a priority to include him virtually, ensuring he still felt connected to the tradition he had helped shape. They sent him care packages filled with small tokens of their celebration, along with video messages and updates about the evening. These gestures reminded everyone that physical presence was not the only way to maintain a connection. As the years went on, the group began to explore the idea of hosting larger community-wide events during the holiday season. They recognized that the values of the Christmas Orphans Club, love, inclusivity, and connection, could benefit others who might be feeling isolated during the holidays. Partnering with local organizations, they organized events that brought together people from diverse backgrounds, offering a space for connection and celebration. While these events were separate from their private gatherings, they embodied the same spirit and extended the reach of their legacy. The chapter also reflects on the emotional depth of their final gatherings as an original group. Each year, they made it a point to revisit their favorite traditions while incorporating new ones that reflected their growth. They continued to write letters for the time capsule, knowing that these messages would one day serve as a testament to their journey. They also took the time to share their gratitude for one another, ensuring that no words of appreciation were left unsaid. One of the most poignant moments came when the group decided to open the time capsule they had created 5 years earlier. As they read through the letters and looked at the photos, they were reminded of how far they had come and how much they had grown together. Marcus's letter, written before his departure, brought tears to everyone's eyes. In it, he expressed his hope that the club would continue to thrive, carrying forward the love and connection that had defined their gatherings. His words served as both a reminder of their shared history and a call to continue building on the foundation they had created. The legacy of the Christmas Orphans Club was not just about preserving the past. It was about inspiring the future. The group's ability to adapt, grow, and include new members ensured that their tradition would endure, touching the lives of countless others. They had created something truly extraordinary, a family bound not by blood, but by choice, built on a foundation of love and acceptance. As they raised their glasses for one final toast as the original group, Emma spoke words that resonated deeply with everyone. To the legacy we leave behind, the love we carry forward, and the family we've created. This isn't the end. It's just the beginning of something even greater. Her words captured the essence of their journey, a testament to the power of their chosen family and the enduring impact of connection. The group left that final gathering with full hearts, knowing that the Christmas Orphans Club would continue to grow and evolve, even as their lives took them in different directions. Their tradition was no longer confined to their annual celebrations. It had become a part of who they were, a guiding force that would shape their lives and the lives of those they touched. As the story draws to a close, the focus shifts to the broader impact of the Christmas Orphans Club, exploring how its values of love, inclusion, and resilience continue to inspire others to build their own chosen families. Together, they show that the spirit of connection is timeless and universal. Chapter 9. The Spirit Lives On, an Everlasting Impact. The Christmas Orphans Club was no longer just a gathering of close friends. It had grown into a symbol of resilience, love, and community that transcended time and place. The values instilled by the group, acceptance, inclusion, and mutual support, left a lasting impact not only on its original members, but also on everyone who became part of its story. This chapter reflects on how the essence of the club carried forward, touching lives and inspiring others to build connections that mirrored the spirit of what the group had created. As the original members of the Christmas Orphans Club moved into new phases of their lives, the gatherings continued to evolve. The once intimate dinners had grown into multi-generational celebrations, with new members and their families joining the tradition. Children who had grown up attending the gatherings, like Max, began bringing their friends and loved ones, adding new dimensions to the celebrations. Each year, the group welcomed fresh faces, ensuring that the tradition remained vibrant and relevant. The original members took on the role of mentors, guiding the newcomers in understanding the core values of the club. They shared stories of the early days, emphasizing the importance of creating a space where everyone felt seen, heard, and valued. These stories became part of the club's lore, passed down like cherished heirlooms, ensuring that the heart of the tradition was never lost. One of the ways the spirit of the club lived on was through the traditions that had been established over the years. The time capsule, which had become a beloved ritual, continued to serve as a bridge between the past and the future. Each year, the group added new items and letters, creating a living record of their journey. Opening the capsule became a powerful moment of reflection, connecting the original members with the newer generations and reinforcing the timeless values that had brought them together. The impact of the club extended far beyond its gatherings. Inspired by the love and connection they experienced within the group, many members took the lessons they had learned and applied them to other areas of their lives. Priya's overseas version of the Christmas Orphans Club flourished, growing into a thriving community that brought together people from diverse backgrounds. She often shared updates with the original group, sending photos and letters that showcased the ways their legacy was inspiring others around the world. Max, who had carried the values of the club into his college years, continued to organize holiday gatherings for students who couldn't return home. His efforts gained attention on campus, leading to the creation of a formal student organization dedicated to fostering connection and inclusion during the holidays. Max frequently credited the Christmas Orphans Club for teaching him the importance of building community, a lesson that shaped his outlook and aspirations. Victor, once a newcomer to the group, became a vocal advocate for creating spaces of belonging in his professional life. Drawing on his experiences with the club, he introduced initiatives at his workplace to support employees who were far from home during the holidays. His efforts earned widespread recognition, demonstrating the ripple effect of the values the club had instilled. As the years went on, the group also began exploring ways to give back to the larger community. They partnered with local charities and organizations, hosting holiday events for those in need and spreading the message of inclusion and love. These initiatives became an extension of the club's mission, showing that the spirit of a chosen family could uplift not just individuals, but entire communities. The original members often reflected on the enduring impact of the club and the ways it had shaped their lives. David, ever the planner, spoke about how the club had taught him the importance of adaptability and collaboration. Emma shared how it had reignited her creative passion and given her a sense of purpose. Sarah reflected on the profound friendships she had formed, friendships that had become a source of strength and joy in every aspect of her life. Marcus's presence was deeply felt, even in his absence. His words of wisdom, preserved in the time capsule and shared through memories, continued to guide the group. His belief in the power of chosen family remained a cornerstone of the club's identity, reminding everyone of the enduring strength of their bonds. The chapter culminates in a reflection on the universal themes of love, connection, and resilience that defined the Christmas Orphans Club. What began as a small gathering of people seeking solace during the holidays had grown into a movement that inspired countless others to create their own chosen families. The group's story became a testament to the idea that family is not limited to blood ties. It is built through shared experiences, mutual care, and a commitment to lifting one another. As the group prepared for yet another holiday season, they raised their glasses for one final toast, a tradition that had come to symbolize everything they stood for. This time, it was Priya who spoke, her words carrying the weight of years of love and connection. To the family we choose, the love we share, and the legacy we leave behind, may the spirit of the Christmas Orphans Club live on in every heart it touches. The Christmas Orphans Club was no longer confined to the people who had started it or the gatherings they held. Its spirit had grown into something much larger, a beacon of hope and belonging for anyone seeking connection in an often isolating world. The legacy of the club would continue to flourish, proving that the power of love and community could create ripples that extended far beyond the boundaries of time and place. The story concludes with the enduring message that the bonds we create and nurture are what truly define us. The Christmas Orphans Club is not just a tale of holiday gatherings. It is a celebration of the human capacity to connect, grow, and build a legacy of love that lasts for generations. The story of the Christmas Orphans Club reminds us all of the power of a chosen family and the beauty of creating traditions that reflect love, inclusion, and connection. As you reflect on the heartwarming lessons from this tale, consider how you can bring its spirit into your own life. Who are the people who make you feel at home? How can you create spaces of belonging and joy for yourself and others? Take a moment to reach out to someone who might feel alone this holiday season, or even start a new tradition that celebrates the values of kindness and community. Remember, family isn't just about blood ties. It's about the people who show up for you and the love you choose to share. If this summary resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring book summaries and discussions. Let us know in the comments what traditions or connections you cherish the most and how this story has inspired you to create or strengthen your own chosen family. Together, let's spread the message of love and connection far and wide.